Our next guest, C.J. Farley, is a former music critic for Time magazine. He's interviewed some of the greatest musicians and singers on the planet. He's also the author of Around Harvard Square, which won an NAACP Image Award. Well, now C.J.'s out with his latest book called 0 O'Clock, following a high schooler through the pandemic. C.J., good to see you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Good morning to all of you.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, my friend. So tell me, what is the meaning of the book's title, 0 O'Clock?
Well, 0 O'Clock is a BTS song, and it's a song that's all about how when things are at their worst, when the clock reaches 12, when it reaches 0 O'Clock, you know, it's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing because it's time for things to start all over again. You have a new opportunity. I thought that's so perfect for what we're going through now with the pandemic, where things seem like they're at their worst moment, but we have this chance, this opportunity for the clock to start all over again. And so I made that the title of my book.
I love that you're talking about high schoolers. We talk a lot about small children and we talk about adults, but the high schoolers are in an interesting spot right now. So tell us about the character Geth in this book, which really is at the epicenter of the pandemic in New York, right?
Yeah, you know, I live in New Rochelle, New York, and for a while we were the epicenter of the epidemic, now a pandemic. I remember seeing 60 Minutes around the corner from my house filming about how we were going through this strange thing called COVID-19. I thought, I got to write a book about that myself. So Geth is a teenager. She's going to New Rochelle High School. She's dealing with the pandemic, and she sort of finds some comfort in the music of BTS, and later she gets involved in the Black Lives Matter movement. It's all about what kids are going through, because, you know, for us, this is just one moment in our lives, maybe a terrible moment. But for kids, I mean, this is like half their high school lives. This is their middle school. This is their track practices. This is their seasons. This is Model UN. And I wanted to write a book that captured all the things that kids are going through, to bring them some comfort, to give them some healing, to show their books out there that really tap into what they're going through.
It's so true for kids who have lived before this pandemic and then after, what they're going through. Before we move on, I can't help but notice around you the books. You have Al to your left, you have Sharon on your right. You got a really great bookshelf going right there.
Yeah, it was a tough call which of Al's books I was going to put up there. I was thinking Storm of the Century, another great read, but so many good ones. But, you know, I like to have these books with me, that they're my companions. That's one reason why I write books, because I think that kids, when they read books, YA books, I think it really helps form the basis of the personality. When you read a book when you're 30 or 40, it's different. Read it when you're young, really changes you. So these books are my friends.
And, you know, they say write what you know. Well, the character Geth in the book goes to Columbia University, and your son is now at Columbia. So how are you, and for folks who don't know, your wife, Sharon Epperson, how are you guys navigating this first year in college?
Well, yeah, you know, it's sort of a weird thing where I wrote this character whose dream is to get into Columbia University, and then my son ends up going to Columbia University. So maybe I should have written a book about him getting free tuition, too. I didn't think about that after the book came out. But, you know, maybe my sequel will be that.
I love that. And you're married to Sharon, so that's right. That kind of works out.
Yeah, the good news is she's a CNBC whiz, so she's, I'm sure, had you guys saving for college.
Yes.
CJ, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. CJ's book, 0 O'Clock, is out right now.
It's a great concept. Thank you.